and this is a very important topic for your theory purpose. Invariably one like short note long question can come, and this nutrition is the bread and butter jam, everything you can say. TB nutrition, these are the bread butter and jam for the community medicine. You have to read that and come to the exam, and it is like very important for theory practical and it for your NEET PG purpose. And one this topic will be like ICDS, it is very important and practical as well also for NEET PG. So can anyone tell me what is policy? Speak.
Certain kinds of guidelines and
Yes,
rules and regulations.
she said guidelines. So these are like plan of action, what I will be going to do. So based on that, which is best for the this particular situation, so that is called policy, which are like established by this bureaucrats, politicians. You can sit down, and policy makers. So these will be the contents. Anyone from government school? You have studied in government school, state government school. Have you experienced this midday meal? You have eaten for midday meal since which class?
Class 8.
Yes, what he has mentioned, this midday meal scheme. Since till class 8, he is getting conversations. He is getting free of cost food at his school during the like lunchtime. And this concept of midday meal is like it is not get in. So these are the contents. So introduction, National Nutrition Policy, Integrated Child Development Services Scheme, Midday Meal Program, Vitamin A Prophylaxis Program, Anemia Mukt Bharat, National Iodine Deficiency Disorder Control Program, and NPPCF, which is for fluorosis, and the references. So we will start. So introduction, malnutrition. Malnutrition is not only like thin or undernutrition, undernourished. Malnutrition means it's a 4 variety. Malnutrition means it can be undernutrition, it can be overnutrition, it can be imbalance, it can be micronutrient deficiency, which is specific deficiency. So you have for your this thing to combat or prevent this malnutrition issue and this big problem, you have to target specifically this 4 aspects. What are those? Undernutrition, overnutrition, and this imbalance, and micronutrient deficiency, which is specific deficiency. So in that, India is a developing country. Overnutrition, this case you will find in mostly in urban areas, in like upper class societies, and some specific disease also can be there. Because of that, like overnutrition, you can get in. So those programs are targeted and these 4 parameters. So malnutrition is widely prevalent in India, mainly undernutrition, this micronutrient deficiency, which is specific deficiency. So this SAM, MAM, and this kwashiorkor, marasmus, and vitamin A deficiency, can be anemia, anything. One of the major causes of increased morbidity and mortality among young children, vulnerable groups. So what are the vulnerable groups? You don't have to understand full my this lecture, whatever. Just basic points you understand. If you understand, you will be able to write by yourself. You will never be able to remember. Till now, I am not able to remember things. So what are the vulnerable groups? Vulnerable groups, that means young child means infants, and this lactating mothers, pregnant women, and toddlers. Toddler means under 5 children. So main cause of this morbidity and mortality among young children. And what it can cause, it reduces work capacity and productivity of the adults. For example, whatever I already have said, this TB. So if any adult is suffering from tuberculosis, so what can happen? He can again this malnutrition, tuberculosis, vicious cycle, malnutrition, infection, malnutrition, that vicious cycle. You understand that cycle? So if you understand the point, you will be able to remember. This malnutrition, if someone is malnourished, so they are immunocompromised. What will happen? Immunocompromised. So they can get infected with TB. Again, because of TB, there is malnutrition. So this vicious cycle is going on. So it reduces the capacity and productivity of the adults. So what? Economy will go down and interfering with the progress of the country. How it is interfering? This economy will go down if more patient people are infected. This age group, earning age group, this working age group is infected. Tuberculosis, it will lose your 6 months of life. That person will not able to work. That person will not able to feed their family. So food security has been a major goal of development policy in India since beginning of the planning. So what is food security? Food security is nothing but public distribution system, ration, midday meal scheme, that is also food security. So acute starvation and shortage of food at the time of independence of the country, which all these things have led to this national nutritional policy. Famine were common occurrence due to low agricultural production because of that independence era. And then major public health problems were chronic energy malnutrition, kwashiorkor marasmus, and micronutrient deficiencies such as goiter, beriberi, blindness due to vitamin A deficiency and anemia. So all these things, interventions were taken. During the 1970s, like 1950 to 1970s, this green revolution, improving food distribution through public distribution system, nothing but that ration, which is continuously till going on. That ICDS program, and then midday meal program, nutrition education and research. India achieved self-sufficiency in food grains in 1970 and has sustained it since then. So India is procuring and producing its own food grains, the cereals. So national nutrition policy. So what is that? The national nutrition policy is, someone is murmuring and it's too loud, it's great for murmur. Hey boy, sir, what is this, man? Don't laugh. I'm laughing, that doesn't mean I'm not getting irritated. I just don't want to show the face, that face. See, you can keep quiet and listen. If you take 1% of it, it will be very much helpful. It feels like I am coming here to study and not to teach you. Since morning, 2 hours, I'm studying only all these things. So, National Nutrition Policy was formulated in 1993 to improve the nutritional status of the Indian population through various direct and indirect interventions. So, you have understood that nutritional policy, why it has been taken, because of this thing, this famine and all, malnutrition, to combat malnutrition. So, the goal was that combat this malnutrition problem. And then, so after taking the goal, now what? It doesn't matter. See, for example, I have seen him, I have caught him talking. So if I have seen him, for example, I have seen him and simply I didn't bother. So I have to take action. So action means the strategies. Direct action, indirect action. Direct actions means I am asking him, sir, please, could you please stand up, and why you are talking? This is the direct step. So direct is short term. Long term, what I can do? Long term, I can make him stand here for next 40 minutes like me. So that will be the long term. Have you understood? That is called direct and indirect method. So direct is this short term and indirect is long term. So short term interventions, nutrition interventions for specifically vulnerable groups, which I already have told you. Who are the vulnerable groups? Under 5 children, pregnant mother, lactating mothers. And fortification of essential foods. What are the food fortification? That is also very important topic. Food fortification like salt, iodine deficiency, then rice with the iron, and popularization of low cost nutritious food. Low cost nutritious food is nothing but this cereals, pulses, legumes, lentils. These are low cost, and these are you can get anywhere. Like it can be like regional, what is popular. For example, this belt, this Bengali and this eastern belt and the southern belt, they eat this rice, and if you give them this chapati and all, they will not accept, they will prefer the rice only. And northern part, they are eating wheat. Like during the this World War II, the government had given wheat to the southern population. They didn't accept it only because they don't want to eat that. So that policy should be like that, it should be acceptable. If something is not acceptable to me, if you give it, I won't be able to accept. So popularization of low cost nutritious food. How you can popularize it? Simply health education. You have to give health education to whom? That mother who is like preparing the food, and control micronutrient deficiencies among vulnerable groups. Same, this iodine deficiency, food fortification, same thing only again and again. If you understand one line, you can write multiple sentences. So long-term interventions, total 16 long-term interventions were there. Food security, same, this public distribution system, per capita availability of 215 per kg per person year of food grain, improvement of dietary pattern in terms of production as well as demonstration, improving the purchasing power of the urban and rural poor, and land reforms. Health and family welfare. Health and family welfare means nothing but this health and welfare ministry. So they are taking up various actions and this thing. So basic health and nutrition knowledge, same, nothing but health education only. And prevention of food adulteration. Food adulteration, any idea? Food adulteration, with rice you get with what is this, pieces of like sands, like with this sugar, and with chili powder you get brick powder. So these are the food adulteration, prevention of food adulteration, and nutritional surveillance, which already you have know, I think, how we will do that nutritional surveillance, this assessment. 6 steps, this physical, chemical, biochemical, this dietary survey, monitoring of nutrition programs. See, the program they have made. So now you have to monitor whether it is successful or not. This concept I'll tell you during the anemia. And this same thing, this monitoring of nutritional programs, like how it has failed, this program. And this what is that, this iodine deficiency disorder control program. So research. So if there is no research, there is no surveillance, you will not be knowing what is the status of that program, and whether what I am doing, whether it is correct or not. And equal remuneration for women, that women empowerment, which is again indirectly related to, if women is empowered, so she can take care of better, take care of herself, and then so if the health of the mother is good, so invariably the child will be the healthy mother, healthy baby. It is healthy mother and healthy baby again. So there will be no like under 5 mortality and morbidity will be reduced. This maternal death will also be reduced if there is women empowerment. Equal remuneration, communication through established media for the implementation of nutritional policy. This health education, this mass media you can use. For example, this iodine deficiency disorder control program, this Doordarshan, there was like iodized salt. And then minimum wage administration. Minimum wage means like this salary types, like this thing. So community participation. If community is not participating, you are not going to the society, you are not going to the community, it will not be helpful for this nothing. I am saying, if I am not this all these things, if not going to the, like, if they are not accepting, if people are not accepting, there is no point of this programs and policies. And then education and literacy, particularly that of women. Again, it goes like with the concept of women empowerment, improvement of the status of women, same, women empowerment. The policy should be implemented by Department of Women Child Welfare under the Ministry of Human Resource Department. So now we will be talking about the nutritional programs. So what are the, which I already have told you, this undernutrition, overnutrition, imbalance, specific deficiency. So what is that? This programs directed against general malnutrition. These are Integrated Child Development Services Scheme, ICDS, nutrition program for adolescent girls which runs under ICDS platform, and midday meal program, Antodaya Anna Yojana, Annapurna scheme, applied nutrition program, and special nutrition programs, Balwadi nutrition program, Tamil Nadu integrated nutrition program and wheat-based supplementary nutrition program. So all these things are merged together and came under this Integrated Child Development Services. Keep this concept very clear. So many things will be programs are there. You have to this time listen for me at least 1 minute. This thing, everything you read, everything comes under these two national programs for general malnutrition, this ICDS scheme and this midday meal scheme. All this applied nutrition program, nutrition, other things, you can say their names, but they are not now at present, they are not working or functioning. That all comes under the umbrella of Integrated Child Development Services Scheme. So programs directed against specific nutritional deficiencies, vitamin A prophylaxis program and National Nutritional Anemia Prophylaxis program, which is also called Anemia Mukt Bharat, AMB. So National Iodine Deficiency Disorder Control Program. So ICDS. So now we will discuss about ICDS, Integrated Child Development Services Scheme, which was launched in the year 1975, 2 October. All of you know what happened in 2nd October. So Gandhi Jayanti started on an experimental basis, 3 community block, 1 lakh population per block. So what was the aim? It was a project, started on an experimental basis. So package of basic health services in an integrated manner to the vulnerable groups at the grassroots level. Grassroots level, that means at the community level. So what were the objectives? To promote total development of the children, to promote nutritional status of the mother and growth of children. What I already have told you, these vulnerable groups, who comes under these vulnerable groups? This mother and children. To promote nutritional status of mother and growth of children. To prevent malnutrition among mother as well as children. To reduce the incidence of low birth weight babies, which again focusing on the mother. So enhance capacity of mothers to provide care for their children. Health education to the mother. Non-formal health education, non-formal education to the preschool children, intersectoral coordination. Let me tell you how it is intersectoral coordination. Reduce morbidity and mortality among children and mothers. Intersectoral coordination, it is nothing but this various sectors will come together and will work together. So for example, non-formal education to the children, who will take care of it? Education department. That women and child health ministry, this sanitation, all these things are coming, and for this intersectoral collaboration, reduce morbidity and mortality among children and mothers. So it is ultimate goal, that means reduce mortality and morbidity among. So who were the beneficiaries, or who are the beneficiaries? Children of 0 to 6 years, expectant mothers, lactating mothers. WRM is women of reproductive age group, which is 15 to 49 years. This is the new update. Previously it was 15 to 45 years, this women of reproductive age group. Now it is women till 49 years of age group. So what are the services? So these services are nothing but preventive, promotive and curative services. So this preventive services, you don't have to remember anything. Preventive, promotive, curative and rehabilitative services. So what are the preventive services? For example, You can only tell what are the preventive services. So you will prevent this immunization service. You will prevent vaccine preventable diseases, nutritional services. So what will be the promotive services? What you are promoting? Health of the mother, this nutritional supplementation, vitamin A syrup and IFA distribution. Again it is also preventive only, to prevent anemia, this IFA distribution. Nutrition education, growth monitoring. This is Salter's weighing machine. So healthcare services: preventive, promotive, curative. Curative means treatment of the basic ailments. Periodical health checkups, treatment of minor ailments, which happens in Anganwadi center. This ICDS program for preschool children, where will you get it? The place is Anganwadi center. So then this, what will be the rehabilitative services? For example, in your Anganwadi, in your area, you have detected one SAM child. You have sent that this child for nutritional rehabilitation center, NRC. So which is referral services. So after coming, like getting better, that patient, that child came for the monitoring. So growth monitoring, which is only like rehabilitative and supporting with the nutritional supplementation. And then educational services, education to the mother as well as non-formal education to the children. And then referral services, same, referral to the NRC. Supportive services, family welfare and sanitation. Who will be doing? So who are the organizational structure? It is nothing but this project at 3 levels. Who are doing all this work? The main person is Anganwadi worker. Then Mukhya Sevika and CDPO, Child Development Project Officer. Anything, all the reports in your area, who are the SAM, MAM, child, this data, all these things you have to report it to the Child Development Project Officer. Each project 100 covers 100 Anganwadi center. 100 per Anganwadi center, 1000 population per center, so total 1 lakh population, which already we have told this 1 lakh population per block. So midday meal program under Ministry of Education. It is also like comes under umbrella of this ICDS program. It served as an incentive for the children to attend school. Like school chale hum, that concept is there na, school chale hum. So for that midday meal program, it is not to reduce dropouts from the school, to improve nutritional status of the child. So what happened? We have covered this under 5 children, but this nutrition, this undernutrition, malnutrition problem is not going down only. This same problem. Now like during their adolescent period, during their this 6 to 9 years of age group, what will happen? If you leave them after 5 years, do you think they will be able to get sufficient nutrition? So you have to cover that. And for example, mainly for the adolescent girls, these adolescent girls, what they will do? Always they are neglected. If there is like 4 girl child, so like that father or like parents, they won't be allowing the girl child to eat. So they will give, it is like societal norms only, like socio-cultural. So what they are, he will not be those girls. So if they are going to the school, they can get at least lunch. So to improve nutritional status of the child. So implementation for primary school children, 450 kilocalorie plus 12 grams of protein per day per child. Upper primary, which is till 8th standard, as we already have said, okay, till 8th standard they are providing nutrition, this midday meal. So 700 kilocalorie plus 20 grams of protein per day per child. Midday meal also provided during summer vacation in drought affected areas. So in formulating midday meals for school children, broad principles, you have to remember the principles. So the meal, That means the supplement, and it's not a substitute to the home diet. You have to remember that it is not substitute, but something is better than nothing. The meal should supply at least 1/3 of the total energy requirement and half of the protein needed. The cost of the meal is reasonably low. The meal prepared easily in school, no complicated cooking process. Simply dal khichdi. Someday they are providing eggs, dal, lentils, legumes, which will be like nutritious. And locally available food used will reduce the cost of meal. Same, for example, locally available fruits, vegetables, who are like during the, there will be seasonal vegetables also, so they can provide all those, which is low cost of the meal. And the menu should be frequently changed to avoid monotony. Like same day if they are providing like dal khichdi, the students will not take it. So this is midday meal. It is nothing but same only like ICDS program. They are providing 1/3 of the nutrition. They are providing this 1/3 of the total energy. The cost of the meal should be reasonably low, and the meal prepared in schools, no complicated cooking process, locally available fruits, and it should be changed like frequently to avoid monotony. Now, vitamin A prophylaxis program. What it is? It is focusing on the specific nutrient deficiency. This program was started in the 1970s. So, objective to reduce the prevalence of vitamin A deficiency disorder from 0.6 to 0.5%. At this point, the like prevalence of vitamin A deficiency is approximately the range is there, but I have forgotten. 15.7% vitamin A deficiency, the prevalence among preschool children, which is under 5 children. So strategies, I have discussed the objective, so to reduce the prevalence, and strategies to give health education to encourage appropriate infant and young child practices, including feeding of colostrum. So health education to the home, mother or caregivers, for young infant and young child feeding practices, early detection and treatment of infections. Same, this infection, malnutrition, this vicious cycle. Administration of 9 mega doses of vitamin A to children every 6 months. Can anyone tell me this, when this first vitamin A prophylaxis, vitamin A drops will be given to the child, at what age? So it is given, you just have to, everything is in this national immunization schedule only. You just have to remember this thing. You remember this thing at least. At the age of 9 months, 9 months, what will be the dose? 1 lakh international unit. But after 6 months, total 9 mega doses, 1 dose gone at the age of 9 months till 5 years of age. Every 6 months you will be giving this 1 lakh international unit 9 months immunization. Actually it is not 9 months, 9 completed months. 2 lakh international unit at 16 to 18 months with DPT booster, followed by 2 lakh international unit every 6 months. Less than 1 year of age, you will be giving infant means 1 lakh international unit of vitamin A. So 1 lakh international unit, how will you calculate? They will have 1 spoon, you will calculate 1 spoon 1 lakh international unit, 2 spoon 2 lakh international unit. So like that they will calculate. For treatment purpose, this is prophylactic doses. So well, what will be the treatment? Treatment will be like 2 lakh international unit. If someone is like coming up with the xerophthalmia, 2 lakh international unit administration 2 consecutive days, followed by 2 lakh, so every 6 months. So this vitamin A, it comes under what? It comes under this national umbrella of national immunization program. Anemia, now we will be discussing about Anemia Mukt Bharat, which is like launched in the year 2018 and intensified Iron Plus initiative. So milestones in control of anemia in India. Anemia control efforts in India started in the year 1970 with supplementation of iron and folic acid across age group. So IFA coverages remained less than 30% after this so much this hey, you kindly don't talk. More than 50% cases of anemia attributed to 50 iron deficiency. So the prevalence of iron deficiency anemia at this point in this is 57%. So you have to remember this point. And Anemia Mukt Bharat, this 666 strategy. This invariably they will ask in the practical. So there will be 6 beneficiaries, 6 interventions, 6 institutional mechanisms. So who are the beneficiaries? Children 6 to 59 months, this preschool children 5 to 9 years of age, adolescents 10 to 19 years, mainly focusing the girls, women of reproductive age group 15 to 49 years, pregnant women and lactating mothers, same that vulnerable groups. And this along with this adolescent and women of reproductive age group, they are also vulnerable only. So what are the interventions? Now the profile. So what are the interventions? We already told this beneficiaries, interventions, 6 interventions. Prophylactic iron and folic acid supplementation distributed to all 6 age groups. Deworming, target children and adolescent at 1 to 19 years. This albendazole is contraindicated less than 1 year of age. So they are giving it at the 1 to 19 years of age group. Deworming, biannual deworming at what month? This February and August. Biannual deworming, February, August. Then behavioral change communication, year-round campaign to raise awareness. This for deworming, prophylactic iron and folic acid supplementation, testing and treatment using digital non-invasive hemoglobinometers. Mainly like in this PHCs these days, digital machines are there. Previously it was like Charlie's hemoglobinometer. IFA fortified food, rice, cereals provided in government funded programs addressing non-nutritional causes. What are the non-nutritional causes? Malaria, hemoglobinopathies, fluorosis. So what are the institutional mechanisms? Intra-ministerial coordination. Various ministries will come together, and this school, women and child welfare, human resource, the sanitation, then National Center of Excellence and Advanced Research. It is nothing but research, strengthening supply chain and logistics. National Anemia Mukt Bharat unit, they will be like coordinating with everyone. Convergence with the other ministries, Anemia Mukt Bharat dashboard and digital portal, one-stop shop for anemia. This is weekly iron and folic acid supplementation WIPS. WIPS, you have to remember one thing so that you will not forget. Iron ki Neeli Goli, national scheme which aims to cover all children studying class 1 to 12 government aided and municipal schools. The main activities in this scheme are supervised administration of weekly iron and folic acid supplements, screening of the target groups for moderate to severe anemia, and referral to an appropriate health facility if it is needed. Biannual deworming at watch month, February, August. Information and counseling for improving dietary intake and preventive actions for intestinal worm infestation. The same for this biannual deworming for this intestinal worm infestation. So this is iron ki Neeli Goli with just one blue pill. These are blue pill, this color coded. For pregnant and lactating mothers, they are giving this brick red color iron tablets. For this adolescent group, they are providing iron ki Neeli Goli, the color will be blue. National Iodine Deficiency Disorder Control Program. The activities under this program: survey method, nutritional survey, this iodine, to assess magnitude of iodine deficiency disorders in districts, Himalayan belt. Then supply of iodized salt in place of common salt. This procurement of simple salt without iodizing it is like punishable offense. Resurveys to assess iodine deficiency disorder and the impact of iodized salt after every 5 years in district, 5 yearly this surveillance. Laboratory monitoring of iodized salt and urinary iodine excretion, health education and publicity. This Tata salt, they will be telling every time iodized every time they are selling it like that. So you have to mention that iodized salt it is, and you have to take iodized salt. This health education also under like government this program. Now next is National Program for Prevention and Control of Fluorosis. This National Program for Prevention and Control of Fluorosis, NPPCF, was launched in the year 2008 by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. So what was the goal? Prevention and control of fluorosis in India. Object is to utilize baseline survey data from the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. This baseline survey data, drinking water and sanitation, like what is the fluoride content. Implement comprehensive management of fluorosis in selected areas. This problem, fluorosis, is not all over the India. Like few areas there is this problem is this persisting, like iodine, this Himalayan belt. So strengthen capacity for prevention, diagnosis and management. So what are the strategies? Same: surveillance, capacity building, training and manpower support. Capacity building is nothing but like manpower support only. Training of the like healthcare personnel or like efficient personnel for this survey, and diagnostic facilities management, same, community participation and health education. So what are the activities? Community diagnosis, identification of fluorosis cases at village, block and cluster levels. Village means one village, block means like in that one block how many villages are affected like by fluorosis, and cluster level, like how many blocks are there in that particular region. And facility mapping, assessment of resources. So if there are cases of fluorosis, is there any facilities for prevention, for this treatment, management facilities are there. So diagnosis, surgery and rehabilitation. So these are the references. Thank you. So in a nutshell, it is National Nutrition Policy, short term, long term. So short term, what are the interventions? Long term, total 16 long term strategies. Then various programs. Programs comes under what? This general malnutrition and this specific malnutrition. General malnutrition, ICDS, midday meal scheme, etc. Specific Anemia Mukt Bharat, iodine deficiency disorder control program, this for fluorosis, and this then it will come. Same, you have to remember these 4 points: malnutrition, undernutrition, overnutrition, imbalance, specific deficiency. In that ICDS, remember where it is happening? Anganwadi center. Midday meal scheme, it is in the school till 8th standard. They are providing food. Midday meal scheme, 1/3 of the energy will be, and it should be low cost, and mainly for the concept is to prevent this malnutrition as well as anemia. Then Anemia Mukt Bharat, 666 strategy, 6 beneficiaries, 6 interventions, 6 institutional mechanism. So what are the interventions? Health educations, IFA prophylaxis, giving test and treat, like that. And then this iron ki neeli goli, this blue whips weekly iron and folic acid supplementation to the adolescent boys and girls. Biannual deworming, this under this Anemia Mukt Bharat, which is on February and August. that much.